Hello and welcome to Ulti-TV Live, our show we're doing for Aussie Nationals, the lead into Aussie Nationals. We've been stoked about it. We've had a lot of interviews with the players leading in with their excitement in Australia. Of course, I am in Europe and the world is in Europe is watching Australia because they are the only ones having a national championship. So I have some of Europe's finest Ultimate players here to talk a bit of Aussie Ultimate Shop. We'll see how that goes. Each of my guests today does have like a unique little twist on how they're involved in Aussie Ultimate. So we'll hear a bit about that, and then we've got some random questions about Aussie Ultimate to keep them occupied. Of course, the Australian National Championships this weekend, April 10th to 12th, Canberra, Australia, the Australian Capital Territory. Two divisions both running at the same time. Make sure you are on ulti.tv watching that. Now, for our evening, our random Aussie watching or Euros watching Aussie game show, I have four guests. I will introduce them one at a time, so stay with us and be patient. But starting off from Scotland, we have Rachel Turton. Rachel, how are you?
Hey, yeah, I am very well, thank you. How's it going?
Yeah, very, very good. I'm in Amsterdam. We're doing a whole bunch of Ultimate broadcasts and productions here. It's been good old-fashioned fun. But more importantly, how have you been? What's been keeping you busy? Tell us about Ultimate and Disc, let's say, in your life right now. And
yeah, right. Ultimate has been lacking a little bit in the last year. We're back to sort of starting to get small trainings back in Scotland, which is great. But disc golf has been a big focus of mine over the past year and will probably continue alongside the Ultimate when Frisbee comes back. So yeah, a lot of disc golf. It's been a lot of fun. My connection to Australia.
Yeah, tell us about your connection to Australian Ultimate. I know there is one.
Very exciting. I played in the AUL, the Australian Ultimate League, for the Canberra Freeze in 2019. It was amazing. And yeah, if you're missing Ultimate, then go back and have a little watch.
Go back and watch. That was mixed Ultimate, 6-on-6, a little bit of a wrinkle in the rule there. I think 6-team, or was it 8-team league?
Six, yeah.
6-team league, mm-hmm. And it was a wonderful product. It was good to watch, and yeah, go get your Turts highlights down on Ulti TV or the AUL network, rather. Our next guest, hailing from the Czech Republic, Ráchel Tošnerová, Rachel quite often, but Tošnerová, how the heck are you?
Crazy times. Greetings from the Czech Republic. We're the best in COVID.
Okay, well, something to celebrate. Tell us about Ultimate. Tell us about Frisbee. Tell us about your connection to Australia as well. I think you went there for, whether it was for business or life or for Frisbee specifically, but you went there and did play some Frisbee. Tell us about it.
So Ultimate in the Czech Republic currently existent. We do try to keep motivated and, work out and somehow work on our social media presence and do kind of all the admin stuff so that we're ready to focus on the game when we're back on the fields. And so I do try to occasionally lift some weights if I can, if I make time from work. And in terms of Australia, funny story. So I went to Wrocław to watch the World Games with my sister. And at the final party with all the big names and big shots, I sat down at a sofa next to a guy, and I could barely hear him when he was talking, but I figured he was just gonna hit on me. Turns out he didn't want to hit on me, and it was the brother of the famous Phillips sisters, Ben Phillips, and we got chatting, and we became friends. And then I was like, you know what? I'm finishing up and I'm my sort of traineeship, and I'm gonna do my bar exam. And after that, I just want to take a break. So I went to Australia for about a month and a half and managed to play Div 2 with the wonderful team Extinction, who kind of let me play with them. But also the cover story for that is that I saw Rachel Turton play, and I was like, if she can do it and I'm not getting invited for the league, I might as well go and find a place for myself, So
Nice. Following up a bit. Sounds like a lot of fun. Extinction, of course, that club from Brisbane that you would have got to play with. I know them very well. I think I was around for the inception of Extinction, in fact. But Toshti, you did you get to play while you were there? Did you get a game in or a training in, or you got to play with Extinction?
It was Div 2 Nationals. It was Div 2 Nationals because I was there in March and April, and I couldn't play with Bauhaus to their train. I was going to their trainings when I was in Melbourne because I was staying in Melbourne most of the time. But obviously they were Div 1 and they already had everything kind of set up and kind of full roster. So I just joined last minute with Extinction, who wanted a couple more players.
Awesome. I'm going to keep moving along here. Thank you, Toshti. Now we've got, and I think he's from France, but I've also seen him coaching Belgium. So you're going to have to clarify your allegiance or nationality. But we've got Moby Espitia. Moby, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm just becoming a disc golf player as everyone here, but yeah.
Spending time disc golfing. Now, you have coached the Belgians, and you are French. Is that's correct?
Yeah,
yes, you're a French national.
Yeah, I'm French, and I was planning to play for Belgium national because I was living there, and now because everything is cancelled, I come back to France. Actually, I'm I have a very good view on the mountain right now.
Yeah, beautiful. Yes. I wish I had your view. Now you also know this. The first time I met you was in Australia. But what were you doing there?
So that was pretty long time ago in 2012, I think. And I was living in Australia for 1 year, and I was actually I started being a prawn fisher. Prawn, I don't know, like Forrest Gump.
Okay.
And I haven't been paid for like 2 months or 3 months. So then I have to live in Australia without any money, and I have to stay there for an internship. And I stay at every player place, like everyone in Melbourne. I try to stay at their place for 6 months, and that's why I was invited into the Melbourne community, and I play for Head of State actually.
Heads of State, Haas, they're still around today. They're still kicking. We actually got a bit of their history from John Greenfield the other day. I'm actually pretty sure the first time I encountered you, we had a foul contest situation. I think I remember that was my very first meeting of you. So I'm happy that we've obviously let the spirit of Ultimate move along our relationship. But thank you, Moby. We're excited to have you and hear more news about your upcoming events towards the end of the show. And then we've got Chopo Santucci, clutch. Last time we saw this man playing he was winning an EUCF championship, which was an exciting moment. And I'm going to not let Chopo speak quite yet. I actually invited him to the show because I thought he played in Australia for the under-24s team. And he's like, no, I didn't even play. I was like, well,
I'm too old. I'm too old.
He's an old man.
But I'm too old.
So really, Chopo's connection here is that you know Cron Hudson, and who doesn't know Cron Hudson? But really, this is why I thought of Chopo as having some Australian connection.
Yeah, I did a list. Actually, I know Cron, I know Andrew Jackson, and I also know we called him JT during Amsterdam. It was playing with Pelt. So
JT. Well,
big guy.
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't know JT, but he'll come to us. Maybe he'll get in the chat and let us know who he is.
Yeah, sure. No, I know. Basically, I know Cron very well, and I played against Andrew when he was playing with Clapham. So, yeah, that's my connection to Australia. But I wish I could have come and played in the under-24.
And what's happening? What's happening in Bologna right now? You guys starting to train at all, or is it totally locked down?
We got the silver medal right behind the Czech Republic for COVID, so we are stuck like them. It's almost since May that we can play at all, and since March that we are not training anymore because we had like a little third wave. Actually, I just did 4 days of pre-quarantining because a friend of mine was maybe positive. At the end, it wasn't, but I just did 4 days of nothing.
Mini quarantine, just in case quarantine. I hear what you're saying. There's all sorts of precautions. We're going to keep moving along, though. So we've got our 4 contestants here. We've got representation from Scotland, France, the Czech Republic, and Italy. It's kind of like Eurozone here. So we're gonna play a game. The game has no rules. We don't keep points. We make up the rules as we go. The only rule is no spirit. No, it's high spirit. The only rule is that you have to use your name as a buzzer to call in. So Turts, let's hear your buzzer for us.
Turts.
Okay, tested. Moby, give us a buzzer test.
Moby.
Get Toshti. Ráchel, you can be whatever you yes. And Chopo or Santucci, what's your buzzer?
My buzzer is Chapao.
Okay. So here we go. Our first round of action is what division does this animal named team represent? So every Aussie team is named after a native animal. So I'm going to put the name of the team on, and you're going to show me, and you're going to tell me the division. You got to bark in. So let's talk about all the divisions first. We've got mixed, men's, women's. We've got World Games mixed, and then you've got Masters mixed, men's, women's, under 24 mixed, men's, women's, juniors mixed, or men's, women's, and beach mixed, men's, women's. So lots of, if you get it wrong, you get it right, I'll allocate the points and I will adjudicate. Buzzers ready. First question here.
Buzz, Turts.
Turton first in. Our buzzers working well. The blue bottles, who are they, Turts?
Mixed under 24s. I've got some socks from them.
Mixed under 24s. You've got some socks. I was as part of the first coaching staff of that team, and before they went to Toronto. It was an exciting time. Next question. Buzzers ready.
Moby.
Ooh, I heard Moby first, I think, in my adjudication. What do you got? What's your guess, Moby?
Beach Open.
Beach Open, you've nailed it. That's Australia's first World Championship gold medal in Brazil. I think they don't have many, but that's one of them. Question number 3. Buzzers ready.
Jump up.
I don't know. Who did I hear first? I think it was, I'm going to go Chopo here. I think I heard him clearest, so we're going Chopo.
Stingray, I say women team.
Women. You are
Moby.
incorrect. Moby in for the steal.
Stinging with Master Woman.
It is not Master Women either. Anybody else for Turts?
Beach women.
Pardon me?
Beach women.
It is not Beach Women. Okay, Toshnerova, you get a free try for one here.
I think Stingrays was under 20s.
Under 24 women, you mean? Correct. Well done, Toshnerova. I can't believe you've got that one. Unbelievable. Next one. Here we go. Buzzers ready.
Moby.
Mixed. Mixed. It is their WUGC mixed Barramundis. Last time they got a silver in London. Here we go. Next one. Buzzers ready.
Ráchel.
Toshti. Ráchel.
Women's Masters.
Women's Masters is incorrect. Anyone?
Women.
Chopo, without the buzzer, he does say women, and that is correct. The Firetails are the women's team, the WGC team. Here we go. We've got 3 more to go. Buzzers ready. Turts.
Men's.
It is not, the Crocs are not the men's.
Moby. World Games
mixed is these Crocs. That is, I guess, Australia's top team when you talk about it that way. And second last. So not even last but not least. Second last but not least.
Moby.
Moby was quick.
Open Australia.
WUGC, the Dingoes. And last question. Ráchel.
Women's Beach.
Not women's beach. Anybody else? Turts?
Under 24 men's.
Under 24 men's is those Goannas one more time. All right, we've got through a round, guys. Well done. I think you guys are all level at 4 million points here. Looking good. Keep up the good work. So we're going to go multiple choice here. So now I'm going to give you now we're going to take turns now. So put your buzzers away. Buzzers away. I'm going to start with Turts. Then I'm going to go Moby, then Ráchel, and then Chopo. I'm going to give you a logo and 3 city options, and you're going to tell me if which one belongs to it. And it's going to be plus 1 million points or minus 8 million. So, Turts, first one you're looking at. Hang on. Let me. Here we go. So, first one you're looking at, Turton, is this Chile. Are they from Adelaide, Melbourne, or Townsville?
Melbourne men's.
Melbourne. I gave you an easy one to kick things off. They're the longest standing team in Australia. Melbourne Open team is correct. Moby. I don't know. I got to make him tough for Moby. He was part of the action there for a while, but I think there's been a lot of turnover. Here we go. This is Moby.
Sublime from Perth.
Sublime, and I didn't even give you the options yet. Bonus points for that. He gets 3 billion points, cruising with that answer. Tošnerová. I think they're going to get a little bit harder here, I think. But Ráchel, who are these? Who is this team? The city. I'm telling you the team. They are called Rogue. Are they from Melbourne, Sydney, or Ballarat?
Rogue is from Sydney, because that third city, I don't think it really exists.
It definitely does exist. It has a Frisbee community as well. It's north of Melbourne in Victoria State, but you're also right with Sydney. They have played some WUCCs, Rogue. They've won some Australian national championships as well. So Chopo, your first look here, we're gonna go with this this logo.
Frankfurt.
But it's not Frankfurt. This is Factory. Are they from Perth, from the ACT, or from Wollongong? I'll repeat the options.
I would say Perth. The last one, Wollongong.
Wollongong is unfortunately incorrect. That's southern east coastal city, is a big windy city, and Crank plays out of there. But this is Factory, is from Canberra. The ACT, they actually have the ACT is in the word factory, so it's a very clever name in my Frisbee team naming opinion. So back to the top, we've got one more each here. Turts, have a look. It says it right there, Sugar Magnolia Ultimate. Do you have Newcastle, Brisbane, or Melbourne as the home city of Sugar Mags?
I have never seen the Sugar Mags.
At least you've got a 1 in 3 chance still. Do you want a repeat of the cities?
Yeah, please.
So we have Newcastle, Brisbane, or Melbourne.
Gonna go with Newcastle.
You have hit the nail on the head, and you got Sugar Mags on the lucky dip. Some extra points for that. And Sugar Magnolia, one of the best ever Grateful Dead songs. So check out that. That is a worthy listen if you haven't heard it. So we're now back to our Czech Republic commentary woman here, the bomb slinger from Prague, or Budweiser. Here's one for you. Fuse Ultimate. I'll give you your options. Newcastle, Brisbane, or the ACT. Brisbane. I mean, we've just had the last two, so good process of elimination, and you've got it. Fuse, the women's team up in Brisbane. They're not able to play this nationals because of some restrictions, but they did qualify. But the Queensland teams can't make it. And Giovanni Santucci, we saved this team for last. They're called Outbreak. Funny enough. in a pandemic nationals outbreak. Are they from Sydney, Adelaide, or the Gold Coast?
So the outbreak, they are from Adelaide.
You have nailed it. The outbreak is from
I know
Adelaide.
them. I know them by the legacy. They have a good legacy in Australia.
They have been around a long while. Mikey Palmer, the head of Alti TV, he's an Adelaide boy too, so he always supports the Outbreak crew for sure. All right, that's the end of our round 2. Let's keep on moving here. So our next round, I'm calling Family Values, and it's called Who's Older. Before then, I think based on my quick calculations on the leaderboard, I'm going to say that Moby's out in front by 5 points. Santucci's dragging down the bottom. He's 12 points behind right now, and the two ladies are locked horns in the middle, 5 away and 4 behind, something like this. So that's where we're looking. Things are really tightening up here. So Who's Older is the name of the next game. And there, as many countries, there's lots of siblings that get good at Ultimate. Some of these siblings here that you're going to see are absolute legends. And I think I'm gonna bring the buzzer back. I'm gonna put a pair of faces up, and you can buzz in and guess which one is older. So the first 2, before I put them up, they are Teo and Sylvan Brown. Here's the picture. Buzz if you want to guess. Okay, Moby, which one's older? Teo on the left?
I said nothing.
Oh, sorry, Chopo. Teo on the left or Sylvan on the right?
I would say the one with the orange shirt.
The one with the orange shirt is Sylvan. He is taller. He's 6'9" or 10, I believe. But he is the younger of those 2 brothers. Teo's older. You lose 500 points. So those 2 men are monsters. Both have played on Aussie rep teams multiple times. I think they played together in Lecco their last time at WUCC with Fat Chili, and they are weapons. Okay, so these 2 are we ready? Buzzers.
Okay, Chopo wasn't even born at that time, so how could he know?
Bambino.
Too old to play in the under 20, but too young to see some players. Okay.
Stuck in the middle, Chopo. Stuck in the middle. Okay, next, get your buzzers ready.
Moby.
Okay, Moby, these are maybe Michelle, and she is the one. I'll put her back up on the left there. Probably the most famous.
I stayed their place for like 2 months. So
you definitely right. That could have been around the same era. That was a little while back, that picture too. So possibly around the same time she was so kind to have hosted you. Do you know the age difference for 600 bonus points?
I will say like 4 or 3 years. 4.
Pick one of them. You say 4?
4.
You are right. Good fix of your guess here. Okay, so I've got 2 pictures for these brother and sister. Here's the first picture, the 2 in the middle. And I just like this picture so much that I had to include this one too. So that's Alistair and Tegan Dawn. Buzzers, anyone? Ráchel, which one's older, Alistair or Tegan? Alistair Dawn is older. Want to have a crack at the age gap?
No.
Okay, good. 4 years. 4 years is the age gap. They have both had multiple Aussie rep tours as well. Aldon was the captain of that Reef Sharks team that won gold in Brazil on the beach way back when. And Teagues has played Firetails, has played Sporting Team Box Atletico United Bauhaus and Lecco. She's been, they've both played lots and lots of rep Ultimate. Who is next on my list? So we've got the Dons, we've got the Browns, we've got the Phillips. This one is the wrinkle in it. So there are 4 Shepherds. There is, and I'm just going to put them in alphabetical order here. A-Shep, O-Shep, A-Shep, K-Shep, O-Shep, W-Shep. So Alex, Ken, Owen, and Warwick. One of them's not a brother. but they've all represented Australia, and their last name is pronounced and spelt exactly the same. So 400 points to put them in order, and another million if you pick the one that's not the brother. Who wants the first crack at this? Here, let me hear a buzzer. Turts. What do you want to do? Put them in order or pick the non-brother?
I am going to say that. So I know A Shep. Well, I've played against him. So
okay, hang on. I can show you the Sheps. This is K Shep. This is Kenny.
Okay.
This is Owen. Okay, this is Alex. That's A Shep. And this is Warwick. Warwick or Warwick? I think it is Warwick. Anyways, that's Warwick Shepherd. So those are the four. One more time. Kenny, Owen, Alex, and Warwick. Have a crack at it.
Gonna say that Owen is not related.
You are gonna say Owen that's not related. I am going to give you negative points at a super high exponential value. That is incorrect. Owen is one of the three siblings. Anybody else? I'm going to move us along here. Ráchel, I heard first.
The last one's not a brother. Clearly.
The last one. The last one I showed was Warwick, I believe. Yes. And you are also wrong and lose billions of points. He is one of the three brothers. Chopo Santucci. Chopo, who do you like? Or who?
From just the picture, I would say Alex. Alex is the one that is not looking like the others.
He is the. Look at this kind of observation. Chopo really looking in that Italian intensity, and you've nailed it, Chopo. Asia. Maybe it's because there was two wrong guesses before you, but either way, your field was narrowed down. But you're right, Alex Shepard. Played for Colony in Cincinnati, plays for Dingoes the last two editions and was ready to again. I think he's still on Sunder. The other boys, they go, Kenny is the oldest, then Owen's in the middle, and Warwick is the youngest. They've all represented Australia on some on many, many occasions. But maybe you played with O'Shep Moby when you were at Heads of State. Is that
it was
that
my
right?
coach, actually, I think.
He was your coach back in the day. So there we go. The Shepherd boys. There are four of them, but only three are familially related at this stage, or that we know. Okay, so we are going to move into the bonus round. I've got two questions in the bonus round just because they piqued my interest and why not, right? So the name Ragaki, everybody knows in Ultimate around the world, I think. Tom Ragaki, one of the greatest players of all time. Anna Ragaki, one of the greatest coaches of all time. They have a superpower relationship of Ultimate in Australia. But that has nothing to do with the question. The question is simply the name Ragaki is of which European country's descent? My God, Ráchel has busted in early. Where does it come from, Ráchel?
Clearly Poland, and that's why it's not Rogacki, but Rogacki.
And it is Rogacki, and he would be very happy to hear that. I'm sure he'll tune in and comment nicely about that. But absolutely right there. There's a couple 100 points or something. And our final-ish.
Wait. Sorry, I have to do the squatting sloth as a celebration.
Okay, there we go. Tošnerová going into a squatting sloth celebration. You're seeing it all happen here. Pardon me, Chopo?
No, I would say going the full monkey on the chair.
Going full monkey, indeed. Well, it's good for you in many which ways, that squatting. So I support it full speed ahead. Our last Aussie Euro question. In which European country did an Australian team win a world championship gold? Bonus, what division and what year? Chopo?
I would say in Japan.
No, you're very wrong. They won in a European country, Chopo. That was part of the prompt.
I was zoning out with I don't know nothing about Australia.
Moby's busting in here to steal.
Turku?
It was not in Turku. It was not in Turku. Any other guesses from the ladies? They got. I know the 2004 men in Turku got a bronze medal. I don't know how the rest of the campaigns did, but that was Apparently, again, if you ask Brigaki, the greatest Australian campaign that's ever been campaigned is that 2004 Dingo campaign, but no gold medal there. Ladies, Rachel or Ráchel, have a bite at which country? Pick a European country. You're going to say Poland, and you're also not going to get points for that one, and maybe slide down a little bit. Tošnerová.
Slide down.
Well, when you lose points, you're sliding down the table.
Oh, as in I thought you meant in the terms of the country, because I was gonna say Sweden.
No, you'd have to slide way down from Sweden too. So you all lose, and my question wins. So I'm not even going to tell you the answer. That's I'm just kidding. Of course, I'll tell you the answer. The answer is very dear to Chopo in Florence, Italia, in 2010. The Stingrays, the under 24 that were under 23 back then, girls won Australia's only their second world championship, and that was Coach Anna Brigaki. The Phillips girls were both on that team. A wealth of talent that goes back to 2010. Excellent. I think we are getting to the segment of our show where we're going to talk about Australian nationals now. Now, I'm sure you guys are tuned right in, following every little bit of Aussie lead up, and you know what's going on. And because of that, I'm going to show you a list of all the teams competing in each division, and you're going to tell me who's going to win and who they're going to beat in the final, and we'll hold you to it. And by the time we're done our predictions, I will have tallied up the scores, and we'll make sure we let our viewers know who the winner is before we get out of here, because I know they're hanging on that very dear information, this intense competition we host here. So here is a look at the teams in the open division. Outbreak from Adelaide, Crank from Wollongong, Chili from Melbourne, Sunder Slice from Sydney, Sunder Dice from Sydney, I-Beam from Newcastle, Ellipsis from Melbourne, Hoss from Melbourne or Heads of State, and Fishwick from the Australian Capital Territory. Let's start at the top. Turts. I'm going to leave this graphic up while you guys pick. I'm covering some of your faces. Sorry for that. But work around it, Moby. Turts, who's going to win and who are they going to beat?
It's going to be Chile and Ellipsis in the final. And Ellipsis is going to edge them out.
Ellipsis to edge them out in the open division, edge out Chile in all Melbourne, all Victorian final. Let's you heard it here first from Turts. Moby, what's it going to be? Do you agree, or you taking a different route? Different route here. I have a feeling I know what he's going to pick.
Yeah, no, I'm not going for my old teammates. So I'm going for like a new names I haven't figured out on the list, like the Thunder teams. Maybe.
Yes.
And I think they are going to play against each other.
So maybe you have some insider information about what Sunder used to be called?
Yeah, maybe it used to be Colony, I guess.
Yes, and they're a pretty strong unit, these Sunder teams. They have faced each other, I think, in 5 national championships. And even in the ones that they didn't face each other, they were still winning national championships. So all they really ever do is win.
Nice for the win.
So you're going dice for the win, and you're going all club final. Toshti.
Well, I've seen Ellipsis warm up before, and I was not impressed. So as long as they can work on that during the tournament, I will say they're gonna be in the final.
Okay.
Because otherwise, of course, they're a great team with great players, and
who will they beat, or who will they lose to?
Sunder Dice, I think, is not an unreasonable guess.
Okay.
From somebody who knows nothing about teams or the players. Because, of course, I'll be commentating Div 2, so I have zero interest in Div 1.
Okay, so give me the winner there. We got Sunder Dice and Ellipsis. Who are you taking?
Let's go Melbourne.
Melbourne, so you're going Ellipsis. So Ellipsis for the win out of Ráchel. And Chopo, who do you like?
So I really like Ellipsis because are maybe the most active on social media, so are the one I know more. But I would say final is ellipses, but not the dice, but the slice against the slice. So ellipsis slice, and the final score will be 15-11 for the slice.
All right, 15-11 slice. We got like precise information out of Chopo here. I love it. Let's move over to the other side of the draw. Our calculator is still tabulating these results from the game show, so we've got a little bit of time to talk about Ultimate. Here we go. Let's go from the bottom up this time. We'll start with Chopo Santucci. Women's division, I'll run them through quickly. Chile, so a club with teams in both divisions. They do have a specific name for their women's team, and I'm sorry I don't know. Then Heads of State Phoenix is the women's club out of Melbourne as well. Ellipsis, another dual division club out of Melbourne. Factory out of Canberra. Rogue, Sydney. GWS, which is Greater Western Sydney from Sydney. Sugar Mags from Newcastle, and Manly also from Sydney. Chopo, who's going to win it?
Is gonna win I would say the Factory.
Factory for the win
against Ellipsis.
Factory will beat Ellipsis. I've heard that prediction from some of the local players. Actually, I've heard it in reverse, maybe, but I don't want to give away too much. Actually, Factory host home team taking out Ellipsis, who are. I'm not giving out any more information. Sorry, Tošnerová, who do you think?
All I know is that HOS is probably not an okay abbreviation for the women's division.
I don't know why. Hoss.
Right?
It's fine. There is no apostrophe. It is Hoss. It's Heads of State, and it is Hoss.
I know. So I will go with Ellipsis as well. And I will go with Factory as well, because Factory is actually, I got their jersey somehow doing my trading back when I knew nothing about the international scene. So I would just like to think, that it's a top-notch team.
You don't collect jerseys if they're not top-notch. That's just the way it is.
Well, I just base them on whether, I look good in them. Or they look good on me.
Then I wouldn't imagine there's a jersey in the world that wouldn't work for you.
Thanks. Anyway, so to make it a bit more interesting, I'm gonna go with Ellipsis winning on Universe. Actually,
Ellipsis on Universe over Factory. We're gonna keep moving. Moby ladies division. I'll pop them back up for a quick sec here so you can have a look.
Ellipsis and Sugar Mags.
Ellipsis will take down the Sugar Mags. So we got Melbourne beating Newcastle. I like it. Sugar Magnolia, like as it says in their logo, around since 2003. They've been there a while. And Newcastle, the men as well and the women, they're notorious for bringing small roster teams and still winning championships with like 12 or 14 or pretty notorious for that, especially the men. But let's see if the Sugar Mags can break ground here. And Rachel Turton, do you want to have another look, or do you already have your pick?
I think I'm good. I like the Rogue kit, so I'm going to say that Rogue stun everyone that they play against, and they're going to make it into the final because they have great kit. And they are going to be smashed by Ellipsis. Ellipsis have been to work, right? They went to the last work. I think that they are going to stay strong and smash it.
Ellipsis have a pretty nice pedigree behind them. They've been to WOOC. They actually, as a mixed team, they were the first non-American team to win a U.S. Open a few years back. Sorry, you can't quote me on the year. They're four-time defending national champions in the women's division right now. They are definitely the team to beat. So it's good to see that you guys have all got your finger in the pulse. I think they have appeared in all of your finals at least. So it's very clear that the Europeans they've really got their eye on what's happening down in Australia right now. Great to see that. So we've got the scores. Scores are in. I am going to reveal them in this order. Let's see. So in third place, there's the third runner-up in the bottom, in the absolute bottom. This my calculator machine. You should see this machine. If only I could turn the camera around, but it's like an old gumdrop machine spitting out numbers. Sorry for your luck, Italia, but this is not your year. 4th place goes to Chopo and the Italians. Looking up the ladder, 3rd place is for Moby, and for 2nd and 1st place both go to Rachel. It makes it very easy. Rachel T, in fact. And I did beat you guys on that question, so I certainly get an honorable mention in there somewhere. But listen, guys, this was a lot of fun to get some hype for Australian Nationals AUC. I want to thank you all for being here. We'll have a quick little goodbye here. Turts, thank you for being on the show. What's going to keep you busy, and did you enjoy yourself here today?
I had a great time, but can you clarify who actually won? Because you said Rachel T, and we're both Rachel T.
That's kind of what I mean. You're both the winners.
Nice.
Maybe I'll put the information back into the machine and see if it spits it out differently somehow. But yes, I love the competitive drive of both of you. Wait a minute, it can't end in a tie. But yes,
looking forward to watching next weekend.
Okay, thank you very much again for being on. Tošnerová, Ráchel, thank you for being on. Did you enjoy yourself out here today?
Very much. I'm glad I didn't do anything stupid or embarrassing, because it's been a while since I've been in the center of attention, and sometimes I just can't handle it.
Yeah, so, you were standing on your chair, and there is still time. So let's. I don't know what you're cooking here.
Maybe next time, you need to tune in next time, and also make sure to tune in this weekend for the streaming, because there's going to be some European commentators commentating. They don't know much about Australian Ultimate, so we will make sure to get all the background information for you as well. So then if you were embarrassed by the level of knowledge of European players of Australian Ultimate, we can definitely raise that this weekend if you all tune in, and we will watch it together and learn more about the players and the teams together.
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Tošnerová, for joining us. Chopo Santucci, thank you. You had a good night. Thank you for joining us. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I absolutely enjoy talking about something I completely don't know. And I showed myself as a true ignorant. So now, even more now, Australia won't let me in, even after the pandemic, for sure.
Oh, I don't know about that. I have a feeling the Australians are going to love all of you guys for your wonderful insights.
I have to say hi to Ellie Shack, because she asked me to. She's gonna see this live afterwards. So
nice,
hi Ellie, and we miss you in Italy.
Big shout out to El Shack down in down under, holding it down, commentator. Good on you for that, Chopo. And finally, thank you, Moby. How was your evening? You enjoyed yourself?
Yeah. I'm missing the competition so much that even a little game like this, I'm like, yeah, I can't sleep tonight, I think, I guess.
Yeah, good stuff. And I'd like to give you a chance. I know you've been working hard on a new program, a ultimate-based coaching and clinic-based, but I'll let you tell us a little bit more before we go. Tell us about Diskin and what's happening with that project.
So we, since 1 year, because we can't play Ultimate, with a friend, we create an Ultimate application to help coach, so everyone can download it and try it. It's for free, and it's just a database of drills and video on everything you can find about Ultimate. And actually, it's an open source project, so we are looking for help. If you want to get involved, please contact me. And then we organize an Ultimate camp in France this summer, maybe. Who knows? And Ráchel, sorry for your last name, I can't pronounce it, but one of the Ráchel from Czech Republic should be there. So yeah, I hope it will happen, and it will be a U24 project to a clinics for young Ultimate players.
Well, that sounds amazing. Always love when people are putting their heart and soul into projects that are helping to promote the game, and in this case, promote strategy and development of players at every level. Grassroots, elite coaching is necessary. So good on you for that, and good luck with the project. Viewers, make sure you check it out and give it some love and get on board and use the application. Otherwise, thank you very much to all of my guests. You guys have been wonderful. I'd like to thank Hotel de Vortel for doing my production, doing a wonderful job. My setup gets better every day with these weird interviews. And then, of course, to Ulti.tv. Thank you for them for the broadcast, for the production, for 10 years of covering Ultimate, a very passionate endeavor. I am Steph Rappazzo. I've had a wonderful time. Thank you for joining us. Be good and don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Bye.